Hi, are we back? Is everything good? Jesus fucking Christ, it just started and it was already delayed. I didn't know if it was just me or what. But clearly, because of the notification I got that my stream got disconnected, it wasn't just me. Everything seems to be fine on YouTube. Twitch has already cut off and made a new stream, but everything seems to be running fine now. I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyway, rest of the song, I'll leave you to it. Hello, hi everyone. Hi! Welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing well. I don't know why that video didn't have any audio. That's stupid. I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna blow up right now, immediately. It was invisible. You couldn't see it happen. It's unfortunate. If only you had better eyes. Anyway, Happy New Year! I know it's the day after, technically, but like first day of the new year, so it's still early enough. As we do with every new year, or have done with every new year so far, this stream is just gonna be me looking back at all of the, all the stuff that happened over the year with the channels, everything, just like talking for the most part. There's a good bit to talk about for this year. I did a good bit. Especially with, I've mentioned it before many times, but I made a game. That was probably one of the biggest accomplishments of this year, is actually getting into game development. Not even for making the game itself, it's because it got me into it, so now I'm learning more and more, and I'm actually really interested in coding now. I've been learning GDScript mostly, but I've been thinking about, like, college again, and I saw some technical colleges with some game design classes, and I'm heavily considering going to that if I go to college. I just need to figure out more about the area that those colleges are in and other stuff surrounding it, what the course is actually like, stuff like that. So I still need to do more, but right now I have like a list of a couple colleges that I'm interested in. Yeah, you did a lot. Just posted some art, glad to hear that. Hi, Austin Autismic. Hi, Alistair. Hi, Fitz. Hi, War Weapon. Yeah, hi, Cluster. I'm late. Sorry, you're fine. We just started. The only big thing that happened really that you missed was the stream cut out for a bit. The moment it started. Not even like 3 seconds in, it was already cutting out. It's fine now. As far as I can tell, it is fine now. It wasn't a couple seconds ago. It scared me. I'm so fucking scared. You're orange. You're orange. Not annoying, but you're orange. Glitchy, what color I be here? I don't know. Got that gang together. The gang's all here. Okay, so there's a couple things I want to do for this. One of the major things, I'm not sure whether to start with this. I kind of want to. But I might do it after I just check around. Yeah, I'll check through my channels first and talk about that for a bit. Cause I feel like the real meat of this is gonna be me talking about, the game I made, the Mimic Inspection Unit. Just cause I've realized a few things. One is that from watching Fiznon play it, I did not reveal enough about the game itself in playing it, so I kind of want to do a tips and tricks thing. I wanted to make that its own video, but since I'm talking about it here anyway, might as well. But also just talk about what went into making it and everything, because I've been interested in just talking about it in general. I'll get Agave, don't worry, King. Play FNAF Help Wanted on VR, Mike. I would love to. I don't trust my VR to stream. It doesn't even record properly. The audio and video get desynced immediately. So I don't trust it. I don't even know how I would begin to stream it, and I don't trust it to come out right, so I'll have to wait till I get some better stuff for that. Golden. Oh no. Some bots are just distractions. Some bots are just gold. There's options if you want to stream VR. I can help with that. Yeah, I might try that sometime, but I just generally, I think, even with whatever options there might be, I don't think it'd be all that great, because my computer's not great with handling that stuff, and my VR is a fucking Quest 2, which I'm pretty sure, since that's basically the mobile version of a VR, it's not really made for streaming and all that. It's not made to come out very well with all that kind of stuff. I might be wrong. There could be more to streaming on the Quest 2, but I'm pretty sure it's not an extremely powerful system, so And then there's like I could plug it into the computer, but I kind of don't like doing that. Whenever I play VR, I like to get up and move around, and I hate using the like thumbsticks to turn. I prefer just like turning in real life, and with that being what I usually do, I could imagine I would very easily get myself tangled in the wires and like fucking pull something out, or strangle myself. I don't know, depends on which one sounds dumber to you. We all know the answer, but I don't know. Maybe you're insane. I wirelessly connect usually. You gotta react to stuff. I need to see Jeezy Tail. Home? Hey Glitchy, you stole Alistair's color. I'm insane. What do you expect? Damn. All right, let me go ahead and get everything hooked up. So I have it set to look at, like for window capture, I have it set to pull up the game whenever I start playing that. So I'll use a display capture, I guess. Wait, which display is it hooked up to? Well, it doesn't seem like it's hooked up to any right now. Is it? What the hell? Nope. No, that's the same one. What do you mean? Oh, wait. These are the monitors. Okay, there we go. That's the one I wanted to show. Done. Alright. So, first I think I'm going to look at the animation stuff. Or, no. Make it go better and better as we go. I like this channel, but I probably don't have as much to say about it because it is mostly just like streams and whatnot. I'm probably just going to go through the videos and a couple shorts. The lives, though, I'll probably just be looking at thumbnails and talking about that as we go. Mike needs to play Cookie Run Kingdom this year. Who's with me? I'll do it. I'll eventually. I promise. Vids, I see. Alright, where should I start? Deltarune. Absolutely, I should start with Deltarune. This was such, like, a fun time for me. I think this was... No, this would have been before, because I didn't start making my Chapter 3 video until after I'd already played the damn thing. I have mixed feelings about these ones, though, and actually I have mixed feelings about all of this. I love it, but I kind of wish I hadn't done this so aggressively, at least. Because as much fun as I had doing these streams in preparation for Chapters 3 and 4 releasing, I exhausted myself before I even got to play this at all. Which, like, I wanted to play both Chapters 3 and 4 in their own streams respectively. Instead, I ended up splitting them up just because I was too tired. I Deltarune myself out, which I didn't think was possible at all. But it was. I did too much, and I just needed a little break for a bit. And then, I guess this one I fucking popped off out of nowhere. 5-hour stream. Actually, wait, most of these are like double the time I usually stream for, so I popped off in all these. Mike pulls Eternal Sugar instantly. That would be crazy. That would be crazy luck. Imagine, though, your soulmate so he gets her. Amazing. Peak cinema. Still, though, I don't think I would have changed it. I loved these. I loved Ribbon especially. This is the one that tired me out the most, but like, god damn, this was a good game. That was a really good fan game. Omori, I still need to finish it. I haven't even been recording it because I'm still recording Resident Evil 4, which I'm almost done editing the last recording, but I still got a little bit of editing down to do since I'm now trying to get it to be around like 30 minutes or less. I'm probably not going to get it down that low, but I'm trying not to make hour-long videos. I like it when they're a little more compact. Yeah, I don't have much to say. I just had a lot of fun this year with all these games. Some of these, there's a point around here where I just didn't realize I had played any of these this year. I completely forgot I did last New Year's thing between, like, while I was in the middle of playing Resident Evil 2. That feels like a weird separation point. But yeah, this was just fun. This channel I had a lot of fun with this year. That's really all I have to say. I didn't do a lot of shorts, I don't think. Unless, did I play Outlast this year? I don't know. What I was surprised to see was I didn't realize I made the FNAF Into the Pit compilation this year, technically. This is a little bit past. Or not a little bit past, but it's like, it's barely in this year, but still, I didn't realize it. I thought that would have been last year. It felt a good bit longer ago. Fucking god, the Sonic thumbnail. Oh yeah, the Sonic thumbnail. Okay, that's not in this year, but we can talk about that. The Sonic thumbnail. I actively wanted to make it look like I just did a recolor of Sonic, which of course I succeeded in because all I did was trace over him and then paint him in with my own colors. I just wanted to make it look like some Sonic OC I made. Color swap of Sonic. However, I was very tempted to make like an actual Sonic OC version of my character, and I still might do that if I play any more Sonic games on the channel. But for this, I just thought it'd be funny to do that. Bumblebee ass Sonic thumbnail. This year's been great for both channels. Oh yeah, I'll get to the other channel in a sec. The other channel was thriving this year. God, I had a lot of fun with these compilations, which I didn't do them as much just because I was busy with stuff, and also, like, I felt like if I was gonna do it was a lot of editing, and with everything I was already doing, it would just be like so much extra work. Plus, like, I don't know. I do like doing clip compilations, but I would also probably want to start editing it down so that there's like an actual narrative you can follow along with, because as funny as these clip compilations were, in my opinion, I feel like people would have got much more out of it if I had actually tried to keep it coherent with the actual story of the game or what happened in the stream so that people could follow along with something even if they're missing out on certain stream tidbits. Huge props for still making stuff. I'd make more stuff if I had the energy. I still can't believe my edited clips ended up to be actual videos. Not gonna lie, I did not expect you to actually post them. Yeah, these two. I mean, you put the effort in. I wanted to do something with them. I wanted to show them off to people, so I was like, yeah, I'm posting these. Probably would have been better to post them as shorts, but posting shorts is always weird. I know you can do it from the computer. I never like to, because from the computer, I'm pretty sure it's not like a button. You don't press a button to choose to make a short. It's supposed to be formatted, and then apparently it'll get picked up at some point in processing to be formatted like a short, so it will be uploaded as one. I don't trust it. I don't trust myself, nor this fucking site, to actually do that, so I instead just like put it in my Google Drive and then upload it from my phone, because there it's an actual button. I can just choose, yeah, make this a short, and it'll do it. Instead of, hey, make a video and then turn it into a short somehow without me asking you to. It's annoying. I hate it. I don't like the uncertainty of it. But yeah, I loved these. Thank you for making these little clips. Should we watch these? Should we watch some of them? I mean, they're not that long. Well, not these. This is an hour and 30 minutes total. Just these three. This is just like, it's like 7 minutes. You can go through it. Alright, health warning. There's a separate sharper row of teeth under there. Oh my god, I love that. He's just chomping on the balls. Isn't there anywhere else I can go? Reacting to me. The pizza was good the first couple times, but I really want to do something new. I can't tell if my voice is all that different or not. It feels a little bit higher. Just a tiny bit. Every day has been the same all summer long. I go in, get pizza, stare at the grease stains, I'm gonna put it on full screen. Hours, then me being illiterate. So I haven't changed that much. I'm almost glad school's starting tomorrow, just so I only have to see that place on the weekends now. I'm still pretty bad about slurring my words, but I feel like I've at least gotten a little bit better about it.
Why can't we go to the next town over where everyone else is moving?
See, 2 mics I've duplicated.
It can't be that hard for Grandma to travel.
I've learned how to mitose.
Well, unless her
You're all doomed. You're gonna have like 17 wardens running this prison by the end of the day.
Damn frail bones. God damn it, Grandma. You should have drank milk.
You fucking drink milk, Grandma. God damn it.
Oh, someone's following us. Kill them.
See, that's what Grandma looked like.
Dead.
That's what happens if you don't drink milk.
Damn. Things will get better.
2 mics like the movie?
Well, can't get any worse. That's the spirit.
Did you ever end up playing Secret of the Mimic? No.
Abandoned
I want to, but I also feel like I want to go through some of the other
FNAF
FNAF games first.
Totally.
And then again, I have already literally played this one.
I still remember playing in the ball pit and getting ringworm. Ugh. Disgusting. Ew.
Why the long pause?
Still roped off.
Cut it down, man.
That and, well, you know. Hello, person. You look very pale and tired. I wonder why.
Dude, you totally should. Peak-ass game.
Minimum wage. You want another
I dislike
slice of
Secret of the
pizza and a
Mimic for
refill on your
reasons.
soda?
I know how you feel about Secret of the Mimic. I've seen it. I do like it.
Did you just shit yourself? Well, have fun.
I do like Secret of the Mimic though, and I would like to play it sometime.
I don't think they bite.
But I also really want to
There
play
is
the
a
other
snake bite in
games,
my
and I don't want to like get too ahead of myself.
Dust bunnies?
I've already played this
Stop
one,
it.
so maybe I'll just go ahead and play it. But I still really want to play the other ones,
Jeff,
and I think
those definitely
they
bite.
might still be on sale. I don't know if the sales are over yet, but
Good
if
luck
they're still
then.
on sale, I might go and get them.
Sign. You're looking the wrong way.
I mean,
dumbass.
Christmas money be going
Never
crazy
seen
this
Jeff
year,
use
so
this before. Explains all the stains on the floor and the cobwebs. Jeff, you lazy fuck. Here's hoping I don't get pink eye or ringworm or AIDS. God, I hope it's not AIDS.
I hate when I go in the ball pit and get
These
AIDS.
characters look like the
That
ones I
sucks,
draw.
dude. Is the ball pit any cleaner in the
So you
past?
just drew them and didn't
Are these
know
kids
they were
playing in
bad
just
for
like an
pizzeria?
equally filthy
You know
ball
that place
pit?
where the purple guy did the bad stuff and that yellow bunny outfit? I'm Mike.
It's
Mike!
Jeff?
Whoa,
Jeff?
he's the guy. He's the
Oh yeah,
kid. Whoa. Those ciphers. So
who's the guy with the blue hat? I don't
That's
think
a
I ever
good
noticed that kid before.
Agreed.
How did I not point
Is
that
that
kid out?
Freddy
This is a weird
Fazbear?
outfit.
This doesn't look as fun as the other ones.
Wait, no, I'll get
Wow, you
copyrighted.
get
I'll
a
get
big
copyrighted.
Fucking hammer. I want the big fucking hammer.
Real, so real
I've
for
just
this.
been stuck here all summer while my parents work.
I
He's
love
just like
hand,
me.
foot, and mouth.
He's just like me for real, for real. How's
I
the time
forgot
rolling,
I did
Oz?
that.
I'm good with balls. You know how it is. Oh, an empty
Dude,
suit.
I was a little more
I
out
can
of
never
pocket
check
this
the-
time, I
No,
swear.
No, do not, do not, do not, do not. This is too obvious a hiding spot. Mike will find me for sure.
I
The
still think that's
fucking
so
vent?
stupid. I love
The
that
vent
logic,
is too
but that is so
obvious.
stupid.
The vent. Oh, that's so obvious, man. What the fuck are you doing? What an idiot. What?
The shoehorn in the mimic ends up
Something going on
discrediting
back
William
here?
and Henry's work. The game is good, the story impact on OG FNAF is not.
Oswald,
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I do
hiding
see
in that
why it would have a
master
weird
thing?
impact on
Didn't you hear me
the
calling you?
OG lore,
No.
or on OG FNAF. But I
I did
think
it. I spammed hard enough.
I like the
Now
characters
I
in
can
it and the
pull my
lore
dad
it
out with my
brings.
little kid
I just
strength.
kind of don't see why it had to be. I guess I kind
never
of
get
get the
me,
argument that I
Mr.
don't think it had to be different
Bunny
characters.
man, oh fuck! Wait, Jeff.
Well, I guess
think
like
something's wrong with my dad.
with some of the concrete stuff we have for the other characters, it might not
looks fine to
have
me.
made sense to
Other
do
than
that,
the
so they
glowing
probably
eyes,
just
everything
like
seems in
did that
order.
out of necessity.
Lava lamp. Dad got me this lava lamp from a yard sale. Pretty retro, but I thought it was cool. I love lava lamps. They are awesome.
Honestly, that was my main
They're
problem
so
with
mesmerizing.
Ruin. The Mimic
I always
felt
wondered what the
forced
fuck
there.
was in those things to make them look so goddamn cool.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Mimic was introduced
Why do
in
you look like that?
Ruin.
And why do I want to drink the liquid?
I never got that into Ruin. I remember like watching a bit of playthroughs for
must
it,
be
but I
mine.
never paid that much attention.
Let's go. Mother.
Hearing
Don't
Mike,
laugh at me.
what the fuck?
Alright.
Why'd
I'm
I
doing
say it
my
like
best
that?
Here.
Hearing Mike speak at the same time feels so weird.
Fuck is your problem?
It feels weird talking at the same
Mother.
time as me.
Beat him to death with your stethoscope. Look, Dad's fine. Other than those like really bright glowing eyes, like way brighter
This
than
man
before
got
when I didn't
headlights
see
for
them.
eyes.
Damn. Kind of makes him look hot. But can't you see it? I see that Dad is fine. I don't know what's gotten into you. But go to your room and calm down. I have to get back to the hospital. There's a patient there dying of malaria. I still did the explosion at the time, right? I still do it sometimes, but I like to take in other stuff from the video and just like slap that at the end now. Okay, now on to the obviously better stuff, the better quality stuff made by War Weapon. Absolute peak.
Hope you don't mind, but could you tell me
Where the hell is the boss?
I still need to play that game. I have it.
What?
It's free, so I already have it. I just haven't
Oh
played it
no,
yet.
it's the boss. He's banned from this zone. What? He's not allowed to be a tree. What the hell?
I love the zooms on
Someone
like,
kill this
on
guy.
like the pauses. Yeah, I remember when you made that and like I saw that for the first time. It hit me how much that actually sounded like that evil Pello laugh. I was not meaning to do that, and you told me yourself you like just kind of spotted it while you were editing. Thank you for that. That is fucking hilarious. God. My edits are not that peak. Do not lie. Okay, but they're funny though. And I do love like the zoom ins you do whenever I pause do like turn the awkwardness of my pauses to kind of funny. It makes them funnier.
I also new best bro, of course. So you know what, Def?
What?
You can go ahead and suck it.
This shit was so out of pocket, man.
Theoretically speaking, I can do just that.
What?
Wait, what?
I mean, it has already been established I can touch people here without killing someone.
Wait,
No,
stop
no,
right
no.
now.
Chat, we're doing this again. We're back in it.
No, I'm not
We're
doing
back
this
in the
bullshit.
trenches.
I'm not nurturing your weird sadistic shit.
Wait, am I a sadist?
Santa Ewan is my favorite one.
That explains some
Yeah.
things. But Gino, I'm...
The fucking slow zoom in is great. Okay, I have one problem with this video, and it has nothing to do with the editing. You'll see it in a sec. If you haven't already watched it, if you did, you already know what I'm talking about, probably. Pause. Rewind. Enhance. I'm not zooming in, so just pretend it's enhancing. I didn't want my arm to show up in the video. This is still funny. I love the edit. Thank you for this. But, oh my god, I thought I was out of the camera whenever I did this. I didn't realize my arm showed up. And what's worse is, before this too, you can see my hand right here. Which, like, my arm showing up during the throw, I could deal with a little bit. But my hand showing up here is even worse to me. I wanted to stay completely out of the shot for this. This is entirely on me. This has nothing to do with the edit. But, like, god damn it. It's still funny, though. Yeah, the YouTube poop thing. I love it. I love YouTube poop so much. Oh, wasn't this the origin of this fuck-ass face? I love this fuck-ass face you made. Oh, that's why I use this image again in the credits of the Deltarune video, the Deltarune Chapter 3 video. This is just your copyright face. This is like your fucking watermark at this point. If this is if it's ever in the corner of any video or anything, it means you are an official part of that video or product. Hand reveal, hand reveal. What the fuck? Oh my god. Yeah, those were great. The Resident Evil videos, I wish I had edited this one down more, and I wish I hadn't accidentally turned on my goddamn synth for this one. I said it in the video, but I figured out it was because my voice mod was connected to some numpad things. Like, I had two voice mod filters that were connected to my numpad. So when I used two specific filters, it would turn on those filters, and usually it would end up being the sad one, which was connected to synth. So I turned that off, and before I did that, I just added an extra recording, like, audio track so that I could swap between regular mic and voice mod mic if I needed to. Wait, you used it? I didn't see it. I need to go back. Also, I'm more behind than everyone because Opera hates me. Yeah, I don't use Opera GX anymore. I'm pretty sure you're probably going to run into this problem with, like, any site, but I talked with my stepdad about it. He said Firefox is a good one to use. But I just, like, when I used to use it, I started hearing people talk about how there's, like, spyware and everything in it, and how it's just not a great browser to use. So I stopped using it and switched to Firefox instead. I'm not gonna, like, make you do that, and I kind of was having trouble finding much when I tried to research it, so if you're curious about it and you're worried about it, I'd recommend just, like, searching some stuff up yourself. Otherwise, I guess I recommend Firefox. I haven't had any issues with it, really. Although it's not, like, I don't know, it's not, like, anything special, I guess. It's just Firefox. Yeah, I heard Opera was problematic. I wouldn't know much about it. I just heard about the spyware stuff and got worried and decided to do what I thought was the safer option. But yeah, the full Deltarune video, at the end of it, I can show parts of it in a sec, but I'm mostly going to be looking at the shorts just because I'm definitely not going through an hour and 7-minute long video in this. Real quick though, I have to use the restroom. I'm not holding this in. I'll be back in a bit. Have fun with the music. Sing along if you can. I'm back. Alright. So yeah, now we're gonna be talking about the animation channel, which definitely saw the biggest surge this year in like popularity. This video right here, I think, was the video I was most surprised to see actually came from this year. This was an early version of the little outro thing I use in my streams. And like, I ended up just reversing the animation because I didn't like how... I remember I reversed the animation because I didn't like how the hand moved up and down, and thought it would look better if it was just like the same motion but in reverse, which I stick by that decision. But also I forgot the lines on the hand, so that was one problem. The other thing was like there's nothing on the desk. It was completely undecorated. All of that. I was missing a good bit. I don't know why I never uploaded the full version. I guess it's just like it was essentially the same thing, so oh well. Animation channel 1K, yeah, 1.5K by now. It's crazy. But I was surprised to see that this was this year. I thought it was... I didn't think it would have been this year. I thought it was last year. Or longer. Okay, wait, don't play that too long. I'll probably get copyrighted. Hip Shop, I've said before, is weird about the copyright. Because some streams that I know I played Hip Shop in don't get copyrighted, while others do. And then the songs from chapters 3 and 4 haven't gotten me copyrighted yet, so either it just hasn't set in, or like, I don't know, maybe I'm following some fair use that the other streams weren't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. These people looking at me like I'm stupid, irregular. This one also, sort of, because I know for a fact I made this one for class, for a class assignment. Which also makes me realize I was in school not that long ago. It's been, what, maybe like half a year that since I've been in school, which, I don't know, it feels longer. I guess I'm just not used to being in, like, out of school for this long, so it feels like it's been forever since I've been in school. And really, it's been not even a full year yet. This year also leaned in very hard to the jail thing, when I don't think owning a jail was ever in your plans. Didn't we have that theme already, like, kind of thought out? I thought we already had that by, like, 2024, maybe. Like, somewhere in 2024. I guess maybe I did lean more heavily into it this year. But, like, we do a good bit of that, where we come up with, like, an inside, or not, I guess not inside joke if it's publicly online, but still, like, a stupid joke and then just run along with it. I wanted to lean heavy into the prison thing because I liked it as a theme, and I thought it'd be funny to just like take a one-off stupid joke and turn that into this channel's whole thing. Also, I don't know if you noticed, I changed my @. I didn't like the Let's Play, well, not Let's Play YouTuber, that's still the @ on the gaming channel, but I didn't like the animator because it was kind of funny, but didn't really represent me, so I changed it to Michael Machinery. Because yes, I honestly don't remember. I think it started as a joke, then it became real. Yeah, I know that much. I'm not great with dates. Cool stick bug animation. Yeah, the reason the thumbnail is so much more detailed than the animation is I asked my teacher. So my teacher was fine with me doing animations, but for this project, it was supposed to specifically be a close-up, like a detailed close-up of a bug of our choosing, and I chose to do a stick bug. So I asked my teacher if I could do an animation of the stick bug, and she said I could do like an animation, like a simple animation or something, but I have to do a at least somewhat complicated like thumbnail image, or like not even thumbnail, just like an image to go along with it. And I figured, okay, so I could make that, and then that would be my thumbnail for when I post it as an actual video. So yeah, that's why it's such like a detailed image here, and then just like really simple stick animations for my stick bug. Moving on, the animation, technically the video isn't what did it. I know it's like, it's big, the video is big, compared to my other stuff here, but the video is not what got me this many, subscribers, I think, or at least not the attention that brought the subscribers with them. It was the short, because shorts, of course, get way more attention all the time. With 1.5 million views at this point, which is fucking insane that it just popped off like that. I wasn't expecting it. I've said this before, but if you didn't know, I didn't even, like, make this for no reason. I didn't just, like, decide to make this to post it here. I think I was already working on the Chapter 3 video, and then this was one of the things that sidetracked me for a second, which, you know what, I'm glad it did. But I saw on a Deltarune server that I'm in that there was a little contest going on where you just like you make a meme, you put the Deltarune meme into the contest, and then if they find it funny, they would like rank the funniest ones, and you would get a prize. I don't remember what the prize was. I think it was just like cash or certain rolls or something. But I was like, okay, sounds fun. I'll do it, and I made this. I didn't win the actual like contest, but goddamn, I'm glad I did it anyway, because this shit popped off so bad. So I didn't win the contest, but I won in another place that I would consider way more important. Also, I like the short more, honestly. I think I made the video version too long. I didn't need all that excess stuff at the start. So the short being more compact just kind of lets it focus on the parts that I actually made and care about. You can notice down here the Ibis Paint thing, and when it disappears, because I used both Ibis Paint and Flip-A-Clip for this. So this is the part where it switches to Flip-A-Clip, because you can see the Ibis Paint logo down here is gone. But I also did still use Ibis Paint for certain things like the basketball net, which I quickly regretted doing that because I forgot I would have to make it move. So that made it harder since I was now trying to make it move in Ibis Paint and then bring it over to Flip-A-Clip. So it was a lot of like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I got it done though. Susie was animated, like Susie and this ball here I think were animated in Flip-A-Clip itself. The background was drawn in Ibis Paint, which the background's also supposed to move, but I didn't do it because I didn't have anything for camera shake. If I used Rough Animator, well, I couldn't, because Rough Animator doesn't have pixel brushes, at least not ones that would work properly. But if I used Rough Animator, it has like these it has a setting where you can put stuff outside of the camera view, so that would make it easier to make camera shakes. But with Flip-A-Clip and Ibis Paint, if it's in the canvas, it's visible, so I would have to like move it and then make more to compensate for what I moved. Peak machinery. Susie Dunks was peak Mikebot machinery. Peak. It was so peak. Yeah, I loved making that animation so much, and then was so fucking excited when it popped off. I started getting tons of subscribers and views on this, and I had to make this so quick. I really like... I feel like there's always one little bit of animation that I really like from animations I make. And this one, it is like specifically the motion you can see on Tino's hat whenever he like takes a sip from his cup before getting slammed by the lever. Hold on, I don't need to do the short for this one. The video is the same thing. So I can just I can do the video. Also, you have no idea how long it took me to find this fucking song. If I knew it was from Super Mario RPG, I probably would have found it way faster, but I didn't know that, so I was looking for so long to just find this one song that is so commonly used in YouTube videos everywhere. There's so many times where I've had cases like that where, oh, it couldn't be that hard to find this, and I spend hours looking for the one fucking thing I need. Yeah, I really like that bit of animation. I think I elongated it a bit during part of it, which I don't like, but I really... the fucking faces they make. But I do really like the little sway it does. I think I animated that pretty well. I just really quickly wanted to pop in and say thank you all so much for 1,000 subscribers. This is crazy. These past few days have just been like really
great for me. I've been so happy.
God, the old
that so
Mike
many
model.
people really enjoyed
This swoop
that
always
Deltarune
like
animation.
weirded me out for a
I
long
made
time,
it
and I didn't really know
initially
what I wanted to
just
do with
for
this
a
hair.
submission in a
I like
meme
what I did with
contest
it now.
on a Discord server surrounding Deltarune, and really didn't expect it to blow up this much. And for a while it wasn't, but then uploaded it as a short and on TikTok, and suddenly just everything popped off. It was
I'm not gonna play that full yap session, but that was fun. The Delta Crashers water cooler war. This is where like things started to kind of get weird, because up to this point everything was pretty much just animations, even if like done in a weird format. Fucking Parmesan cheese video. This is where I would say things started getting weird, because this was just images that slid around, so semi-animated, I guess. This was literal just gameplay. I did like very little animating in this, I guess. I wanted to show off the water cooler mod I made, because I worked hard on it. I worked hard to get it to work, because the proportions for what I was trying to do were really weird, so it took a lot of moving stuff around to actually get it to work right, and even then there were some things that looked off about it. But I like how it turned out, and I think the video turned out good. It's just, it was really weird trying to figure out where to put it, because it was all gameplay, but it wasn't like a Let's Play format. It was more sort of like a quick, stupid, goofy little narrative. So I thought it fit better on here. Or just being proud. Literally, I almost cried for you when you reacted 1K. Like, it's not my channel, but I genuinely felt so fucking happy for you and felt so part of the community, which I am. But just, I love. Yeah. Thank you. God, that was so fucking exciting. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. I have to farm for reactions. I'm gonna say a slur live on stream and see how many people tune in. No, I'm not doing that. I actually might cry over this. No, you're gonna get tears all over my hardwood floors. Sorry, I mean my carpet. You know what I mean. Yeah, this one was just fun. I hadn't had a reason to like get back into Castle Crashers for a long time, but seeing them update it with a new DLC where you could just draw in your own little characters, or existing characters, whatever you wanted to do, it was really cool. Gave me a reason to get back into it for a bit, and was just like so nostalgic, because I used to play this game so much as a kid and hadn't touched it in years. So this was a good reason to get back into it for a little while. I meant reach, but you know what I meant. I know what you meant. You're right, I do. I know what you meant. This video is where I figured out about the text box thing that you could find. Yeah, this. I found a text box generator that had like Undertale and Deltarune generators on it and stuff. This is the only animating I did, by the way. If you look, it's a little weird, a little wonky, but that little save point is what I added in post, and it took me a while to like animate that properly. Because especially the part where there's like a big group of people that run past it, because then I had to like systematically erase parts of it so that it would look like they're running, like the ones in front of it are actually running in front of it. Had to go with the bit of the watercolor just being the strongest enemy. Making a typo saying you do typos. Typos? No! Making a lot of types because I'm so behind and typing too fast. Fucking bots. Hey! That's racist against me's, I guess. Chris, get up, we have to get up. This is such a fucking ridiculous idea, and I would do it again if I had the chance. Yeah, that's the wonky thing. Is that's like the buff form, and trying to get Miss Mizzle to work properly when the format is just a really buff character meant that the limbs are really out of place. And at times you can see like the legs that are automatically there because you can't get rid of them, and it's weird. I didn't like that, but I had to work with what I had. I didn't have much choice. The fucking Terminator reference. You're not a bot, you're a Mikebot. Oh, okay, true. Either way, the correct term is clanker. The correct slur, I mean, if you're trying to insult bots. Love this song so much. I need to start grinding on that, like grinding that song out to see if I can do it without making a mistake, because it changes the note patterns if you don't make mistakes on it. I wish I could have changed the boss to a water cooler too, but you're not able to change him, and I think that's just because of the other forms he has, mainly the spider form that you see me destroy here. This fight was such bullshit because half of what he does is just like run around and you have to like try to catch up with him. And it's weird because, you know, everything's 2D in a sort of 3D space. It's kind of weird to find the hitboxes. Really fun to make though. I did 2 entire separate recordings of this. One where I played as Chris and one as the water cooler. Only to use Chris for like the start and end, and that's it. Which, by the way, it says in the credits, but I wanna make it clear. I did not make the Chris skin for this. I only made the water cooler. In the credits, it says who made the Chris skin. Yeah. By Scarp. That's their Steam profile. I don't know if they have anything else, but I went by their Steam. Toby Fox being the clown face princess at the end was like peak idea for me. Gotta say that was a genius move. Then there's this. I absolutely loved making this. I'm probably not gonna play it right now because it's just like copyrightable Undertale songs that I drew this stuff over. This is when I realized how much I really love pixel art. And I just had I had a lot of fun doing this. The video was for some reason difficult for my computer to get out. It couldn't process it right. It would get a certain point in and then just like perpetually the timer at the top that tells me how long I have left would just get bigger and bigger. And I had to figure out a good way to actually make it work, which I think just lowering the quality and some of the other settings in the video made it work. But I don't know how this, of all things, was what my computer couldn't handle. At least at the time. I don't know if it could handle it any better now with the new graphics card, but oh well. And then, of course, the Deltarune Chapter 3 video came out only 2 weeks ago. And I had an absolute blast making it, but it was in production hell for a bit just because of how many things sidetracked it. You had the Deltarune animation, you had this sort of, you had especially the fucking game I spent a month on. And you know what? I would still do it all the same. I don't care how much I had to delay this. I had fun with those other projects. But goddamn, could I not have gotten so many other projects while I was in the middle of making this thing? It made it so much longer. The Chapter 3 video was Peak Machinery Part 2. Yeah! Not playing the full thing, but I got some shorts, so we're just gonna watch these. Although there are some different edits that are in the shorts that aren't in here, like this thumbnail right here, literally showing one of them. I added this in post, I think. The little, short version of Minos. I might be wrong about that, but I know there's some, images and stuff in here that I only added for the short that aren't in the actual video. But yeah, of course I had to make the first one. Hey, what? Why are shorts weird? Why do you do this? Be normal! I felt bad for taking so long. You're fine. You're fine. I like the image turned out great. And it didn't really add a whole lot of time. For most of the time that you were like still working on it, I was still like getting stuff prepped, and then even then, I was kind of holding back on some of the editing until after that image came in, so that was kind of a procrastination thing. So I still like hadn't even finished a lot of the stuff I wanted to finish by the time you got that image to me. Why can't you just be normal? Fucking. Where am I? What's going on?
Who chased my clothes?
This was my first
Hi, I'm Mikebot,
rough
and I
animator
love
animation.
Now that may come as a shock to you if you're somehow of the opinion
Which it
that
was
this game
it was
is
nice
peak,
working on
but for everyone else, this is
rough
normal.
animator. It's
I
a
played
much
my
better
first run of chapters 3 and
animation
4 not
app
too long ago,
than
depending on
Flipper
when
Clipper,
this
Ibis
comes out,
Paint.
and I loved it. However, those runs, the ones I did live for everyone to watch.
Oh yeah, I
and
also let
that's my
YouTube do the subtitles for this
criticizing
one.
every stupid
or the captions, I
decision
mean.
and error I made as I
YouTube
stumbled
isn't as
around
good
the
as
world I
TikTok
should have
with captions, I
understood
gotta be
by then, as
honest.
opposed to some tourist who lost their tour guide.
At least
Can't
with,
find a
like,
single
auto
person who
captions.
understands what I'm saying. Yeah, the run wasn't actually that bad, but it was an incomplete run. I missed secrets and never saw sections of. Spoiler warning for anyone who
I
hasn't
love
played-
doing bits where I just like have a mental fucking breakdown on camera and then immediately come back like nothing happened.
Deltarune.
Or dismiss
This
it
video
like it's just
contains
no
spoilers
big
for
deal.
Deltarune. It's like a game console.
Love that spoiler warning.
Yes. I don't know what I can do here. I didn't show up in the first part before. This is new to me. This is new to me. I don't know what's going on. I'm a
So,
little scared.
Only
God
realize
help
now
me.
that these enemies
Please have
can't
mercy on
hurt
my
you
soul.
if you don't have the sword yet.
Yeah.
So I was worried over nothing whenever I was trying to like avoid touching them at one point. You did such a good job on this video too, on all parts, really.
Yes.
Thank
I can
you.
grow cacti now.
No more
One
cacti.
thing
They're not
I wish I
creating new, and they
had
never
done
will be
beforehand,
again.
which I changed stuff for the chapter 4 video, but even now I think there's some issues I would have with that if I looked at it.
Drank too much cactus juice.
But the
like
audio, I don't think, yeah, I
I'm
hadn't had it
seeing the
separated
big
yet,
mushroom.
so my
Drink
mic
cactus
audio was the same as the
It'll
game
quench ya.
audio, so there was
It's
only so
the
much I could do
quenchiest.
to help that. But that'll be better for the chapter 4 video, because I actually started separating it by then. Feel like no, I feel like 1 hour and 7 minutes was a good size for everything I wanted to show off. The other thing I didn't do is there's some stuff I found that I forgot to record, or just like didn't make it into the video because it was kind of like out of the way of everything I was doing. You know, the whole reason I did the breaks between the talk segments and everything, where I like, you know, do a physical challenge, like where I did the song and the Susie minigame. Well, the Susie minigame, I had to put it there because I don't think I found that during the streams. So that was my first time playing it. I had to put that in. But the reason I even did the other minigame, the song, was just so I had a reason to mention that the song changes if you go without making a mistake. I could have just mentioned it at any time, thrown that in there somewhere, but I decided, no, I want to play the full song and then I mention it. And the songs peak, so I can't complain too much about that decision.
Spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't played Deltarune. This video
Happy
contains
birthday,
spoilers
Earth.
for Deltarune.
Earth was born yesterday, yay, or today, or
Can I look like this?
yes.
Can I dream like this?
Okay, looking back, I feel like this is still the tsundere cactus,
Suddenly they stopped.
but
What is in there from the light world? Where was this one made again?
I don't know. I get the feeling it could be that they swapped out someone.
Nabs.
Cause can I look like this? Can I dream like this? Does not sound something like something some tsundere cactus darkner would say. It sounds like something someone from the light world looking at their new appearance and like outfit here would say. But still, I'm pretty sure it's just the tsundere cactus in there, and that it's not like anyone else. I don't know why that never crossed my mind here. They talk about it, and you get the Saber 10 from like one of the interactions with that curtain, which is literally just 10 cactus needles. So like, also just the behavior. There's multiple parts where it's basically like telling you that they're a tsundere. I think that the part with the water cooler, where it seems jealous. I thought it was jealous. I thought whoever was behind there was jealous because they wanted to date Miss Mizzle, and now I'm realizing it's probably because they were into Chris. Given how much that the other characters love to talk about how much the tsundere cactus loves you. I love the bits. I love the bits the whole time. It was so great.
The blue?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's part of the police force.
imagine. Not often a dark world pops up in your own house, you know. Yeah, it just pops up out of nowhere. I don't know how this got here. Man, such a mystery. I know what you did. Oh, I'm sorry. It is my time.
Die! Thy end is now. Crush! Prepare thyself.
You'll never win. Not as
Me.
long as you're made
Literally
of
me.
flesh. Everyone's gonna feel it. That was a reference, by the way. That because of how long it was. I feel like people forgot, but someone mentioned on a stream nearby when I recorded this, like near the time I recorded this, about like what country was it that like made a Twitter post saying everyone's gonna feel it or everyone will feel it or something. That's what I was referencing.
Spoiler
Just
warning for
dropped
anyone
that
who
shit out
hasn't
of
played
nowhere.
Deltarune. This video contains spoilers for Deltarune. Chris,
Been looking for a primary source on this specific thing, right? And I've spent the whole week looking for it with only 20 hours of sleep. Huh? ERAM is literally me.
you look rather big.
ERAM's a little
Have you been
freak.
working out?
I took growth pills. And by growth pills, I mean I ate a big mushroom from Mario.
I guess you grew up. Well, stop that!
Oh, okay. If I were willing to, I would have loved to do an edit there where I make Chris like
You copied 7
do the
aces.
Mario thing where he clips like in and out of reality 3 times and
You
then
got
turns
lost in the
small.
couch.
But I wasn't
Up
doing all
here.
of that.
There aren't 7? Well, you named us. If you were good at counting cards, you wouldn't have needed to cheat.
True. Oh. Neil
No
Campbell?
walking between
Who?
rooms this time?
I'm a little freak.
Well.
We all little freaks here.
Spring changed to summer, and summer changed to cold. Not winter, cold. It was cool seeing the flying aces here.
I love
It had
that.
been mentioned before,
I
and
love that.
finding
Why
it
does he
also
say
explains
cold?
the cheater line from this
Why does
guy.
he say
It
cold?
turns
Just
out
say
Chris made
winter.
these guys to cheat at
Or
cards.
winter.
What's cooler is getting to talk to the strange Eggman. I like finding
Unless
out
he's
more
talking
about
about
him
the
and actually
Ice Age.
conversing instead of just.
Hey, egg?
Yeah.
Alright.
So that was nice.
Mike, take everything and run. There's a giant.
Oh yeah, and thank you to Scribble Scubble for voicing Tenna for this. I had some voice lines for Tenna already. I had recorded stuff, like all of the voice lines that I needed were already recorded. I didn't really like the voice I had though, and the filter I used didn't help it a whole lot. And I felt like Scribble would not only like, just like of course I would have to have him do the TV face. He has to voice the TV face. But also just like I felt like he had a good voice for it. Specifically because of a video I saw. I can probably find it. But it's like, hold on. I'm gonna look for it. I want to play it. I want to play the video. Let me see if I can find it. What? Yeah. Here it is. Wait, no. That's that same animator. Wrong video.
Susie, you're right. This does need more Lancer.
Hello, it's me, Lancer from Deltarune. I was here to
fucking
land
love this
with
video so
my
much.
Witches and getting into the Lancer zone.
Susie would not do that. Susie would not do that to Lancer, but you know what? It's funny as fuck, so you get a pass. The monster bit was my favorite part, favorite Tenna part. Yeah. I mean, I had to segue it to the monster movie somehow. Yeah, Scribble absolutely killed for that monster bit, though. His scream was great. There was the end part of it where it just cut off. Not a problem with like the voice acting or anything, and I found like a simple solution to it, which was like, that's why I added the part where he runs out. Because I didn't want the cutoff to still be like as prevalent as it was. So what I did was I had him like run off while he was still saying the line, so you could still hear it, but it would be so, you could still hear the rest of the line, and it would be so faded by the time that the cutout would have happened, that it wouldn't be noticeable at all. Which honestly, I think that enhanced the scene. I think having the run out there enhanced the scene and made it better. So, you know, sometimes errors be blessings. Alright, but yeah, the voice that guy does for Tenna is kind of like what I had in mind when I was thinking of like how like Scribble could do the Tenna voice, because I think with the right filters he could pull that off and do like basically the same voice. Which like I guess the one he did was like really similar, but it's like a little off from that, but I really like his take on it anyway. I like his take on Tenna. The sponsor bit too. I did Tenna where he was like always kind of really energetic in my voice lines for him. The sponsor bit I really liked because Scribble made him sound so much more calm, so it made it sound like an actual just like sponsor segment, like an actual segue to a sponsor. Why am I on here? So I liked his version of it a lot more than mine. It was great. Which one were we on? Was it this one?
Spoiler warning.
No, stop doing
warning
that.
for anyone who hasn't played Deltarune. This video contains spoilers for Deltarune. I
This
didn't
is
realize
so
it was gonna
good.
be
I
here
fucking loved
until,
it. Absolutely.
I found this again just now. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
realized, it's definitely gonna be here. Why, Tenno, why are you piss colored?
Why are you piss colored?
It's a giant monster movie.
He never answered. He never answered the question, guys.
That's
I need to
Zilla.
make sure you all
Chump.
realize this. He never answered the question.
I'm so happy. This is the best day of my life. Right! Susie Zilla will be our baddie smashing, hyper spinning star of the day. Miss Zilla, you were watching the Monster Marathon until you fell asleep. I was so happy to see.
I think I remember by the end of all of the recordings I did, I absolutely killed my voice for
Special
this.
service just for you.
Or was that just the streams?
And by all means, please come over to Chris's and watch more TV anytime. You don't even
It's
have to
always
come in.
like
Stand outside and
Susie's
look through the
voice
window.
is
Big
like
creepy
basically
stalker, but just
borderline
watch
what
TV.
I can handle, and then you have like
Reasons. I
the
won't
Card
tell
King's
anyone.
voice.
The police will never know.
I can't do his
Promise.
voice. It hurts.
Now,
I need to
the
change
rules
it, but I
are
don't
simple.
because I am too headstrong for that.
Haters
And
of
I have a
true
thick skull.
entertainment are
What I
constantly trying to
shouldn't.
kill me. Defeat them before they hit me and ruin my pristine sheen. Susie's okay to get hit, but if I
never
run out
got
of
to marry Tenna.
popularity, it's
Oh,
game
that's too
over.
bad. He lives with a ghost now.
So don't let those tennis balls hit me, or I'll kill
Sucks
you.
for you, I
Yes, or
guess. I'm
else I
sorry.
Control Susie via rope like an unwanted puppet.
I love the strays that he throws at Tennas. Or at Tennas?
wait, that was a
Not
dig.
at Spanton.
That's it.
There's other Tennas, and he's been throwing strays at them the whole time. He doesn't even know Spanton.
How are you planking?
That's why he doesn't recognize him when he shows up
That's
out of
it.
nowhere. He just like
You'll learn the rest.
fire
on the job.
fire hydrants this man and runs off.
Help me. Oh, it hurts. I'm okay now. I'm fine. Ralph, get off my head. Your foot. It's pulling against my hair. It hurts. I'm sorry. I can't get down. No, please. Now, all ready? Tail on tight. Taking your ready.
I don't have a tail.
Movements. You know I have. Shut up, Mike.
Gotta love the perfectly aligning bit where fucking Tenna's constantly talking to an unseen person named Mike, and I am an unseen person named Mike in this video.
No.
It perfectly aligns. I am Mike. Mike is me. Chapter 4 lies. I am the one and only Mike. Oh wait, did I?
Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't played Deltarune.
Did it force me to
This video contains
do the wrong one?
For anyone who hasn't
It
played
keeps
Deltarune.
pushing me to the wrong one.
This video contains spoilers for Deltarune. Chris, you look rather big.
Oh no, I already showed this one. Yeah, never mind. There we go. Alright, that's all. I think that's all I wanted to talk about with the animation channel, though. It was just like, it was a good year. I had a lot of fun making all this Deltarune and Undertale stuff. Those are my favorite games. So, you know, I always wanted to do more with like some of my favorite games, make more fan art, more fan animations and stuff. It's just like I always had trouble finding like time and energy, the commitment to do it. The meds have definitely helped a lot with that. If you have ADHD and you're not diagnosed or you think you should be on meds, go get meds. Go get medicated, see what's best for you. Right now, I'm on General Vyvanse. While I can't necessarily say that would be the best option for you. Just go like check what meds you should take. Talk with your doctor. They'll probably have you test some out for a couple months, and then like after a bit, you go back in. You can get checked up, and if you want to try something else, you can try something else. If you think it works well, then you're good. But like ever since I started taking meds, I've just been able to keep up with this stuff better. I've been able to get started on projects, and like it's always been like I can get a good flow whenever I start new projects, or like whenever I'm already doing a new project, I get a good flow while I'm going. However, whenever I stop that flow and then have to start it up again, that's the issue. Even like it's still kind of a problem, but it is so much easier to deal with the meds. Before then, I would like struggle so much with getting started with damn near anything, especially if I already didn't want to do it. Like anything for school. Do you know how much trouble I had in my college class? I had a college class for literature, and I had so much trouble whenever I had to start a new assignment, like start a new writing assignment. And I wanted to get started, but anytime I felt like I was about to have a fucking panic attack, and I would have to go down, chill out for a bit, get back up, and hope that I could actually get started this time. But like multiple times, I would go take a break, get back up, have a panic attack, go lay down, get back up, have a panic attack, and it would just like repeat until eventually I didn't have any time left, so I just had to buckle down and do it. And the meds helped me a lot with getting through that, because once I started taking them, which was like pretty late in the year, but like once I started taking them, I could just get started way easier without feeling like it's just like the biggest struggle to get started with it. I was so much fucking happier when I got on them. I don't know what I have, but I'm either ADHD, ADD, and or autistic. I don't fucking know. I think I'm still not diagnosed for autism if I have it, but I've talked with family members and friends and everything, and they have told me they believe that I have it, which I've said before on the channel. I'm a broken record. I only repeat phrases that I've either said before or heard from somewhere else. Anything that's like a new thought doesn't come from me. I have no new thoughts. But like, I might get diagnosed for autism, but I don't know about that right now. Maybe just sometime in the future if I feel like it, but the ADHD meds have pulled me over pretty well, so I think the ADHD diagnosis and medication is well enough for now. Mr. Machinery, a question. After the channel merge, what do you have planned for your channel? So for my streaming channel, for Mikebot 2, it's just gonna stay up as an archive. So once I've merged the channels, I won't be getting rid of Mikebot II or Mikebot 2 because I don't want to get rid of the content on it. I like what I have on there. I don't want to just like get rid of that, and it would be too much of a pain to try to move everything from one channel to another. So I'm just gonna keep it up as an archive, but not really post on it anymore. As for the Mikebot channel, I won't be doing like gameplay videos. This works because I have the narrative bits and I'm just like going through stuff I missed. So I think it worked well enough to be a video. So it has a format that I would accept for this channel. But for streams, I'm gonna be streaming on this instead. So I'm not quitting the streams. I'm just doing the streams on this channel now. And that's where the gameplay stuff and Let's Plays will be. I won't be doing videos of them, just the streams, and then the videos will be of animations or more stuff like this, where it's like a commentary animated video. Semi-animated, I guess. If you need a kazoo bit for the chapter 4 video, if you make one, please tell me I need to be featured in a Mikebot video. Wait, need a kazoo bit? I'll let you know if I need a kazoo bit. I don't know what I would need yet. I haven't scripted the chapter 4 video, but I do have the gameplay parts recorded. I've had them recorded for a long time now. Like way before I was even near done with even making the model for that I used in this video. I think I was already done recording stuff for the chapter 4 video, like gameplay wise. Follow-up question, when is the official Eternal Bot wedding? It may or may not have already happened. The wedding video may or may not be released. I will not be releasing any more information until I have discussed it more with my supervisor. Anyway, so yeah, this was just a lot of fun. The next few projects I want to work on, of course I want to do more fan stuff. I love making Deltarune content, so that's not going to be slowing down anytime soon. Although maybe I'll do more animations and like fan-made stuff of other games and shows that I like. But Deltarune is just like probably my biggest hyperfixation of any of them. But I do want to do more OC stuff, like more original content, original characters, especially with like Tim and Tino. I've been doing a lot with them recently ever since I did the redesign, especially Tino. I feel like I've been having a bit of favoritism there, but I'm trying to bring Tim in too, because I don't want to say that I like one more than the other. I think I clearly have a bias towards Tino, but I do still really like Tim a lot and want him to be included. And also just like behavior wise, Tim is so much more chaotic, and I feel like I could do a good bit with that. I just need to give them more actual like stuff to their characters, because right now they're kind of more bits than they are characters. I guess I have tried to use the bits as like fuel for the characters, but sometimes I do feel like I never use Tino for anything if it's not coffee related, because of how coffee motivated he is as a character. Which, of course, he's still going to be very coffee motivated. I'm not lessening that down. I just want to have him like in more scenarios where coffee isn't the only thing motivating him, or it's not like the main focus of something. You're definitely not going to see that with the game, with like a little short game I'm working on. It was meant to be a practice game, but I put too much effort into it. I started putting too much effort into it, and now it's just going to be like a fun little game project that's still a practice game, but just with more effort than a practice game would ever need. This channel is built upon a mountain of bits and gags. It's perfect. You fool, feed us the OCs. We also need to find a bot to make the ref counter this year. Oh god, we need it. Yeah, I have like a bajillion kazoos, and I once won a talent show with it. Oh, cool. I was in a talent show once, and it happened to be the one year that they weren't doing a competition. They told us after that me and my brother would have won if it was, but for some reason, the one fucking year that I joined was the one year it wasn't a contest. Every year before, every year it was a contest, but the one year I would have I would have won, and the only year I ever like joined in elementary school was the one year that it wasn't a contest for some reason. I don't know if they like went back on that next year, or if it was like just from there on it hasn't been a contest since then. Either way, it pissed me off. I wasn't happy about that. Damn, bro's lucky to have a fake girlfriend. There's no scenario in all the multiverse and imagination that I can get a girlfriend, real or fake. You can't get a fake girlfriend? I don't know. I feel like it's possible. I'm not going to say much about that. I don't know you in real life. I think it's possible. I don't sell yourself short. You know, unless you just don't care. If you don't like care or don't want a girlfriend, then that's cool. I'm the same way. No, sugar. I was kidding. Sorry. I got 3 fictional partners, but I too am fictional, so it's real. If you yourself are a fictional character, then it's real. That makes sense. Anyway, so yeah, I've kind of gone through what I wanted to with the channels. I might bring up some other stuff in a bit about like other stuff that I did, like the Newgrounds collab I was in. That like I posted about it on the server. It was a big collab for the 10th Undertale anniversary. And I decided to join that too, because I thought it'd be fun, and I got to draw the library lizard. He was not at all a character I had in mind, but it was one of the few characters left, and it was between him, and I think it was one of the amalgamates. So my options were either draw something like kind of cute and cartoonish, which I really like to do, or draw something that looked like an Eldritch Nightmare, which I also really like to do, but I just wanted to draw something. I wanted to draw library lizard. I like the design, and I felt like it'd be a fun and cute little thing to draw, so I did. Yeah, but I have a friend who once hacked the school, and he can do the same to me. If I write anything down, he'll find out and snitch. Ooh, I'ma cry. I'm so happy. Anyway, so the next thing on the list that I'm gonna be talking about is the game that I made, which the file is up for it. Hold on, I gotta open it. So it picks up that? I thought I just picked up the actual game. Is it gonna pick it up if I... Hold on, I need to close this out. I need to like tab out of this. Hold on. Can I... Hold on. Pick it up! Pick it up, damn it! You're... Okay, hold on. Let me see... Does that work? Please? 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 What the hell? Why is it not... I had this working a second ago. There we go. This is the game I made! The Mimic Inspection Unit. I made it in a month for the Toxic Terror Game Jam. It was really fun working on that, and I didn't win. I didn't come close to winning. But I am so glad I joined, just because this was like the opening... This is what opened the floodgates for me to finally get fully into game development. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, and this was the point where I finally actually made a break into it. Even if I was just using Scratch. It's not a complicated thing. It's not really complicated coding. Anyone can hop in and really get started very easily with Scratch. But it still has some essential coding stuff that you can carry over to other softwares, which is what I found out whenever I started coding in Godot. It's still Lego brick coding though. Like you're just stacking blocks, so it's not exactly the same. Still though, this was really fun to work on. It opened the floodgates. I've been having fun learning game development and all sorts of stuff. And just this was a game idea that I had and wanted to make for a long time. I had talked about it, and I had assets made for it before I ever joined the Game Jam. None of them are used in this. Not only because I feel like that'd be breaking the rules of the jam, but also because I didn't like them anymore. They were like older. I didn't like how I drew them. It didn't look good. It didn't like fit a horror game sort of aesthetic. And it just looked bad in my opinion. I didn't like it anymore. So I wanted to start from scratch, and I did this like sketchy style, not only just because I really like it. I think it fits for the vibe I was going for, but also just because time constraints. I couldn't do full outlining and detailing and everything. I was under so many time constraints, so I just had to make it a sketch, so that I didn't have to do all the lining and stuff. Damn it, Bobby. Mike shakes you. I've got so many game ideas for my shit, and I needed a coder to make it, because I'm dog shit. Please help me with my games one day. Oh, if you want to, yeah, I'll help. But I do need to get better at coding. I know a good bit, and I've know enough GD script and everything to get a practice game out, but there's still a good bit I need to memorize, and more like tutorials I need to do. And if I go to college, there's also stuff I would want to learn there. Which I don't think, there's no college for GD script, but there is colleges for like that teach like Python or C#. And GD script is not far off from Python. Or like actually a good few programming languages aren't too far off from each other. Like on the tutorial site I was using for learning GD script, it has a comparison at one point. And other than like a couple of phrases, the lines of code it showed were damn near the same thing. Wait, Godot had block coding? Damn, I wish I knew this. No, I'm talking about Scratch. Scratch has like the building block coding. Godot has something like that. It has nodes. So nodes do a good bit of coding for you. You can also, though, go in and type out code to, tweak what it does. So you can just use the nodes, but if you want to do anything really significant, you're gonna need to know a bit of GD script. Though to make like really simpler games, you don't need to know that much. You could probably get by with just knowing if-then statements and stuff like that. I would just recommend using Godot Quest though. That's what I'm using to help me learn. I think it's just GD Quest or something. It's a site that has a bunch of tutorial videos and everything. It tells you how to navigate the site. All sorts of useful information. But yeah, this was made in Scratch. That's why it's also so low quality. Scratch didn't have a whole lot of resolution options when I was using it. And this isn't how the actual game looks. This is a very stylized thumbnail because I wanted to make it stylized. I thought it'd look cooler. And I stick by that decision. I really like this thumbnail. This right here, this edge, is just like a piece of magnifying glass, which I think it's just the same magnifying glass I used in the, like, as the tool. There's like a magnifying glass tool in the game. Oh, nodes. Yeah, nodes. Which, by the way, can I say, the biggest immediate improvement from going from Scratch to Godot is the hitboxes, because Scratch, or Turbo Warp more specifically, Turbo Warp makes the hitboxes the same thing as the sprite. Literally, you cannot change the hitbox without changing the sprite. And there's ways to trick it into doing certain things. It didn't work for a point and click, though, from what I could tell, if I even did it right. But yeah, you have to trick Scratch into doing it. Godot it just has hitboxes like any other good good game development software would. So it is so much better. Hitboxes being the same as your image is not a good thing. Because then, like, the minor details, like, take the Scratch cat, for instance. Whenever you add that in, the little whiskers at the edge have their own, like, solid hitbox. So if you walk into a wall, touching it with a whisker would stop you dead. Dead in your tracks. It also just leads to, like, weird hitbox issues, stuff like that. And it was definitely an issue with point and click, because it's even worse for point and click. I had to do some bullshit coding to get around, like, some of my issues with this. Also, by the way, if you want to play this, the link is in the description. It leads you to the itch.io page, but you can play this in browser. I'm not playing it in browser right now because the browser version I found has more issues than the downloadable version. Though if you don't trust the downloaded version, I don't blame you, because Windows doesn't really recognize it, so it'll pop up with a warning screen. You can ignore it, you can get past it still, but if you don't want to and you'd rather just do the browser version, I'd recommend that. Anyway, so yeah, I'll talk more about, like, the development of this game in a bit. Right now, I'm gonna go into it, start playing, and try to share some, like, tips and tricks about it, because I didn't do a good enough job tutorializing this, which ultimately I think is the biggest problem that led to Fiznom not playing it fully whenever he played it on stream. I can't blame him for it. He had a time limit. He had to get to the other games. It's my own fault for not doing a well enough job at making a tutorial, but I'll keep it in mind whenever I continue development on this game. And I'll try to do a better job at explaining things. For now, this is basically just going to be the tips and tricks part that tells you how to do certain things that, or like how certain things work that aren't explained well in the game. I remember Scratch. Scratch was my first YouTube, technically, even though it wasn't made to be a YouTube. Oh yeah, I forget people make like a lot of animations in Scratch because it can do that too. I never watched that much Scratch or even played that many Scratch games. I was always on Cool Math or just other game sites that I could access. And then eventually there were no game sites left that you could get on at school because they fucking hate fun. But, like, shit, I missed that. It sucked so bad whenever they stopped, but I can't even blame them. Kids were abusing that shit. And by kids, I mean me. I abused the hell out of that after a while. I just kept getting on game sites if I didn't want to do anything. Hello, all. Hi! Hi, Blueski. Did I tell everyone to say hi to Doug and Doug Jr.? Say hi and Happy New Year's to Doug and Doug Jr. and Eternal Sugar Cookie. Remember that one bad Kirby FNAF game I made? Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I gave it a lot of leeway, because I don't like to be very critical of games, especially when they're made by, like, just, like, one person who's really passionate about it and wants to get into this stuff. Especially if they're, like, younger than me. I don't know how much younger than me... I don't know how much younger than me you are, but usually whenever someone, like, recommends me their game like that, they're, like, 12 at the time or something. At least with the only person whose age I actually did know, who will go unnamed. But also, I wanted to support it. I wanted to see you grow, because I felt like even if the game itself wasn't that great, there was like improvements that could be made. I could see you actually going somewhere with it if you kept at it. Lou, what's up? Hi Doug Jr., hi War Weapon. I have been slaving away in the programming mines for the past week. Help me, help. I'll be in there with you eventually whenever I'm done with all this editing. I want to get back to learning programming in Godot, but I'm doing a lot of editing and streaming and videos right now, so I'm waiting a little bit and then I'll get back to it. Flashbacks. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this started. You'll notice a toxic cesspit reference immediately.
Alright.
That's the toxic
Hello,
cesspit
Mr.
reference.
Connors, and welcome to your new job as an inspector at the Scavenge, Inspect, and Distribute facility.
So issue 1,
Here you will inspect
there's
the
only
resources on the
WSD
conveyor
because
belt
it would be more
determine whether they're
complicated to
real
try
or
to
mimic.
code it
I'd
any
like
other
to
way.
apologize for the mess in
I just binded
You've been
every
using
key
that
to a
room
different
for extra
screen.
storage since it's usually empty. We'll get it cleaned up soon. Now, I've set up some junk for you to get yourself familiar with everything at your disposal. Don't worry about them too much. They were already deemed useless, so they're just going to end up scrapped and recycled anyway. Call up with that lever on your right when you're ready.
Okay, so first few things I wanted to say. So for one, that voice, for some reason, on the stream, I saw people in chat saying I sounded like Moist Critical for some reason. I don't know if I see it, but I've had that said before, so, you know, I wasn't as surprised as I probably would have been otherwise. Other thing I wanted to mention is, like, so for one, there's some things that confuse Fiznum that I want to go ahead and get out of the way. This clock up here, I confused him into thinking that it was a timer, because it's not explained. The way this clock works is it's not a timer. It's not like counting down to anything. It only moves. This hand is the only hand here, and it only moves whenever you do, whenever you get rid of 2 items. No matter what happens to them, this clock will move every 2 items. And I think it goes all the way, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it goes to 5. So yeah, that's 16 total. There's 16 total items, and that includes the tutorial items, which there's a few of those because I wanted people to get their bearings before they were ever in danger. Then there's the lever. I of course have this box which explains the lever and the pipe over here. And this back here, this is where all of the stuff that can harm you comes from. I also wasn't clear on what can and can't harm you in this. A lot of the stuff that Fiznum was like thinking might have been the case in this game that he wasn't right about was stuff that I had considered. So I thought it was cool that he kind of had the same vision I did, even if it wasn't there in this version. But like he even talked about like, what if something comes from here? I thought about that. I wanted to add a little pipe that would like that was like pointing out of here, and then there would be a mimic that makes another end of the pipe, so it would like elongate it and pretend to be another section of it. So you'd have to try to catch that. And I still want to add that. But also just like, he didn't know where the danger came from. He thought maybe that if you got too many wrong, you died. No. Or if you faced away from this, from like the item here for too long and it was a mimic, it would kill you. No, that's something I thought about too. The only things that can kill you are back here, and they can only kill you if 3 of them spawn, or like are spawned in at the same time. So once a 3rd one spawns in, you're dead. The issue I had with this, or that I had this game end up being, is that there's 3 different difficulties as you progress through the night. And on the 3rd difficulty, they start spawning too fast, and it introduces new ones that spawn in new locations. And these locations, of course, since it's the hardest difficulty, are kind of evil. So, you have to find harder items to find, and you're given less time to do them, like to find them in between when they spawn, and so they can way more easily just like kill you. I had a trouble balancing that because this kind of game you need playtesters for. I already know where everything is, so I can't tell how difficult it is to find the stuff that I place. I can just like get a vague idea, but I didn't realize with how fast I made it go by that people wouldn't be able to find this stuff because I would just be able to turn around and like immediately look in the locations that I knew it was going to be in. So while I could get through this 5 times in a row without dying, other people had a lot of issue with it. Although, I'm going to show you, real quick, I want to show you the best method that anyone could use if you figure it out to winning this. It's available for anyone, anywhere, anytime, and it makes this game totally possible as long as you don't care about the score. Oh, wait, I think you have to look over here and open this first. It doesn't work otherwise. Right, this is how you spam it. This is my super secret method towards speedrunning. Hold on, there's something back here. Where are you, bitch? Freak! You fucking freak! And there we go.
Connors, you alright in there? Sorry about that. Power goes out from time to time. Hope it didn't give you too much trouble.
This game low-key looks like that one game where you hide your family in a bunker during a disaster. 60, oh yeah, 60 seconds.
Your evaluation forms. You have a good night now.
Wow, 12 out of 16? I thought it was gonna be a little more fucked than that. Okay. Like, have you played Journey to Gob World? No, I have not. I don't know what that is. I do not believe I've played that, no. But yeah, so if you don't care about the score, you can just like speedrun it by opening a box, pressing either the tube or the lever over and over again. And that gets you through the night fast as hell. So that's a way you can beat it, but if you want to play it genuinely, there's some things to look out for that I don't name, that I don't like talk about, that I don't point out to the player, which again is another reason I need more tutorial stuff. Because I don't give enough information, so there's not enough to go off of when you're trying to discern items from mimics.
Alright.
Okay, so we can pull the lever. These two, by the way, are always going to be the same. These are not randomized. Everything after this is randomized. These, however, are always going to be bottles and a can. And also, in the call, it says that you don't have to worry about these, so, unlike everything else, I can break these with no issue because these aren't worth any points. However, if I do this with anything else, if I break anything else, I lose that point. So it actively lowers the score. The only thing it wouldn't break is, if it's a mimic, of course. But I also had to work with the coding to try and make it to where fragile items had other tells other than, getting hit. Because, items like this, I'm allowed to have the hit be the only tell for them. Because, that it just works. There's no risk there. However, if the hit was the only way to tell if a beer bottle was fake, then there would be a lot of, there'd be a lot of, risk to that. And there wouldn't be a way to discern it. So it would be, just an unfair risk. So I had to add in some extra code to make sure there was always some other way of telling if it was a mimic without having to break your bottles. It's a game I made? Oh, cool. I think you showed something about it. I don't think I played it though. I haven't played it. By the way, if you ever want more VAs and or artists for your game stuff, I happily offer myself. I also suggest Red Wolf, but I don't know if she can. Only fair, since you may help me in the future and we're friends. Yeah! If I need more voice stuff, I'll ask friends, but it's also gotta be they gotta fit the voice I have in mind. And a lot of times, I don't have a voice in mind is the problem, so I'm not sure who I would have for what roles. I'll tell you about it though. I'll get y'all about it if I ever need some extra voice work. Anyway, let's go to the next items. I'm probably gonna show some of the inner programming for this game in a sec, but first I want to show the two most major endings, that being the perfect ending, which isn't that much different, but you know, it's a perfect run, so I want to show it. And the one that's actually the one that I made somewhat different, the worst ending, get everything wrong intentionally. Break your bottles sounds like it means something else. No, I promise it's not a euphemism. Would you want to play it at some point? I think you would enjoy it, and perhaps streaming it? I might. I'll check it out. I'll have to keep it in mind. I don't want to forget. Again. Alright, got a toolbox here. This seems normal. So something else I want to talk about is Vietnam wasn't paying enough attention to the item itself when he played. But the items, before you use anything to inspect it, like he was just looking at these, which is fine, it'll get you most of the way there, but for a full inspection you have to look at the item itself, see if anything's wrong, and then you use these to inspect it. You know, unless it's fragile, then you don't really use this unless you're sure that it's a mimic, but by that point you don't need it anymore. But like for this can be like off center, the handle can be gone, so generally that's stuff you would look for if you want to see an immediate difference. See, and let's see, is this one a mimic? No. See, everything's right. It didn't do anything, it didn't react when I hit it, it didn't have any weird textures. But yeah, so there's also just different difficulties, which the difficulty doesn't affect what items you get, it just affects how the mimic version of that item reacts. So the higher the difficulty, the less options you have to finding out if it's a mimic, and the better it is at hiding. And the difficulty is entirely randomized for these. The difficulty for the mimics behind you increases gradually as the night goes. The difficulty for these guys, it's just randomized entirely. So first mimic you get could be something really easy, or it could be something that has only one tell and you might miss it. Though most of the stuff is pretty obvious because I didn't have time to make too many minute details. I just had to make a game, man. I had to make it in a month, and it was my first time, and I kept having issues with the simplest shit because Scratch sucks ass! Anyway. Lights go out. I loved doing this breathing. Okay. No issues here. That's not an item, not a sound to worry about, I mean. This nun was, like, worried about that when he was playing. There's one certain sound, that one. There's one certain sound that means that mimics show up. The rest are just, like, ambience. And I kind of wish I hadn't did that because it is a little kind of fucky to have two sounds that mean nothing and then a sound that is actually important to listen to. See, mimic. I liked trying to mimicify some of these items, because like if you noticed on that can where the little tab was, I changed it to an eyeball, and I like doing stuff like that. I like turning these kind of details into something new whenever they transform. It's fun. It's fun to like try to think about this stuff, even if it's sometimes difficult to think about. Or like putting teeth on the inside of that. I mean, of course I just covered it in eyes and flesh, and that's like the simple part. But then there's like, I made the inside of it a sort of like mouth tunnel thing where there's teeth and everything, and that's pretty cool. We're on the hardest difficulty now. Also, to make it easier to tell when mimics spawn in, I also had a thing where, whenever the second mimic spawns in, the sound that you're supposed to hear to cue when it shows up is a little bit louder than the first one. So that way, you know, it's easier to tell whenever a second one shows up so it doesn't blindside you too badly. Mimic. It almost got me. It almost got me. I like that one. I wanted to add more stuff like that, where it was just like, Oh.
Connors, you alright in there?
Don't break your bottles. Don't break your balls.
Power goes out from time to time. Hope it didn't give you too much trouble.
This looks like a good game. It's got its issues, but I think I did a good enough job for a game made in a month.
You have a good night now.
Yeah, amazing. Wow, a power outage on your first day and not a single mistake. I'd pay you more if we actually had the funds to do that. Great work, Connors. I liked doing like the little messages down here. There's one just before, like I think it's the level just before you get the worst, where you get like everything wrong. And that one I think is the funniest one to me. This one and like the good ones are just kind of nice little messages that he leaves for you. Okay, I will say you definitely need to explain the mimic rules or make some of them more simple. Either one. I don't want to make them even simpler. I want to add like extra little things, like somewhat smaller details that you could use to tell them apart. Because as it is, it's really simple the way they work, I think. But I do want it to be like well thought out, and I don't want it to like blindside the players. I want them to know about its complicated stuff and know how to deal with it. Even if sometimes it is still difficult to deal with, even knowing what you're looking for. But yeah, I just need to explain it better. But I wanted to do like with the carpet you saw, I wanted to do more stuff like that, where not only would they try to copy items or like skin themselves over items to basically recolor them, like you can see with the lamp, but I wanted them to just try to hide. Like if they didn't have something to turn into, or they just like were trying to find somewhere to hide behind quick, they would, instead of trying to transform, just like get behind something or get inside of it, like with the carpet, and maybe leave a part of it poking out because they're stupid little creatures. I wouldn't mind helping being a voice actor if you needed extras. Nice. Even simpler, honey. Insulting. The item mimic stuff already seems complicated to me. It only seems that way because it's not explained. Trust me, it is not. This is way simpler than anything I had in mind. There's like 3 mechanics. I wanted to add so many more tools, but I didn't have the time to. Like, I wanted to add maybe like an X-ray thing or something. Or like something where you could take like with the magnifying glass, where instead of just like a singular image, you could move around and inspect different parts of it. But I never did that. Because I didn't have the time, nor the, right coding software to be able to do this shit easily. Can I tell you, I only need one example to tell you how fucking difficult it is programming with Scratch. And that is click and drag. Do you know how fucking hard it was to get click and drag to work? Okay. So, normally, it's pretty simple, because there is a block that, on its own, enables an item to be clicked and dragged around. And you would think, okay, that's easy enough, except there's 2 issues with this that make me not want to use it. And that's 1, this block is unmodifiable. Well, actually, no, there's 3 issues then. This block is unmodifiable. Once it's in there, you can't really do anything to change it. It's just, is it draggable? Yes, that's it. So, to make a modifiable draggable item, you have to instead program it another way, just using different blocks, which is what I did. Because fuck that. But also, the 2 issues the 2 other issues that I was talking about that this block has, is that it only works if the mouse is actively clicking on the item. Which doesn't sound too bad, until you realize sometimes items can be pretty tiny and hard to click on. Like the cattle prod, if you had to click on that actual item pixel perfectly, you'd be fumbling with it so long, you'd get killed 5 times. In the same run. So, I had to not do that. And I also had to make sure that whenever you were done using it, it would snap back to the location it's supposed to be in. Because the click and drag thing, on its own, just left it where you put it. I can't have that. I needed to go back to the box. So I made my own click and drag system. But problem, as I said before, hitboxes only work like the images do in Scratch. You can't change a hitbox. There's a way to trick it, but that only seems to work for like platforming. So it only works with other sprites. With clicking them, it doesn't really seem to work at all. If I did it right, even then, doing it right is complicated because you're actively doing something that was not planned for in the software. So it's fucking weird, and I didn't get it to work. So I had to find another way. So what I did was I had another block of code that made it to where once mouse down in a certain range of an item, it'll pick it up. And that works. But problem, if you went over one item and then went over the other, it picked both of them up immediately. And I can't have that. You're only supposed to use one. I'm pretty sure it would break the game. I'm absolutely certain it would break the game if you tried to use multiple items at once. So I had to fix that. And that took so fucking long. I had to do so much shit. I figured out I had to just set some variables and make it to where there's two different variables that are constantly the case once you're holding an item, and that variable makes it to where the other item is not usable unless you put the value back down. And that worked. Eventually. It took a lot of trying, but it worked. Oh my god, it was so annoying. And then there was another issue where I had to make sure that it didn't do another thing where instead of picking both of them up, it wouldn't do that, but it would swap out the items. So I wanted to make sure that when you were already holding an item, you couldn't accidentally pick up the other one and set the other back down and accidentally use what you didn't want to. Because then think about it. If you wanted to use the magnifying glass on the bottles, and you accidentally scrolled past the baton, you would break the fucking bottles. And that would be unfair. That'd be stupid. So I had to change that too. I had to fix so much to get fucking click and drag to work. How is that so complicated? What's worse is there was supposed to be an animation. Every time that a new box, would scroll onto the conveyor belt, there was an animation, the conveyor belt would move, and then a box would just scroll onto the screen with it. But problem, if you changed out of the screen and then went back, the box would be in the center. But for some reason, the conveyor belt animation is still playing. And there were other ways to just break it so the box was unusable. And I tried so many times to fix this. I could not get it to work properly. There was no way to get this fucking box scrolling animation to work properly. So I gave up and scrapped it. And that's why the box just fucking appears there. 'Cause I couldn't get it to just slide into view. Shaking in the corner from Mike yelling, "My bad. Scratch gave me such a migraine." I am not lying when I said I had fun programming this, but holy shit, I'm never using Scratch again. I'm not touching that shit ever again unless it's to show you the code for this game, which I might in a bit. I probably should have saved this talk for when I could actually show you the code. But oh my god, those are two simple ass things that took so long to program correctly. Like, you're gonna have a bad time. Ooh. Watch me unsubscribe from this to resubscribe to this man. Ooh! Yo, dab me up. Dab me up. Every time he yells, I feel like I'm in trouble. No. Scratch is in trouble. Bring me the Scratch Cat so I can behead him. Can we get a design for Connors? Maybe. He canonically dies. I'm gonna be so for real. In the full version of this game, I don't plan for it to be the same character you're playing as. You're not playing as Connors in that version, so I kind of made it canonical that Connors dies. This is just like basically a very early access. Connors is still going to be in the demo, which is going to be like basically just a bigger, better version of the early access. But for the full game, Connors is dead, as far as anyone knows or cares. One more run, and I'm going to show you the bad ending, which is my favorite one.
Hello.
Shut up, me. You have nothing important to say. Okay, be gone. Mike rant where he doesn't read chat for 10 years and all the messages go unread. My bad. I'm sorry. But I needed to say this. I needed to talk about this. These are my difficulties and I wanted to share them. God, I'm so glad I switched to Godot where I can use hitboxes now And I haven't used click and drag stuff in it yet, but I've seen how you're supposed to be able to do it, and it looks so much easier. So hopefully I won't run into something that makes it turn out that Godot is also a migraine to work with. I sent things in chat, I don't want to say them again because I don't want to seem like I'm begging. Oh, my bad. Hold on. Also, I sent you Gobworld, check it out on stream sometime. Alright, yeah, I can check it out. I don't have Discord open, so I don't know what people are sending me at all. If anyone else has been sending me anything, but yeah, I'll check that later. Anyway, time to do everything wrong. Oh, that's obviously a mimic. Clearly a mimic. Clearly, it's very good at its job, but that is very 100% clearly a mimic. Definitely a mimic. I would never wipe my ass with that. No tools in this one. That's clear. Quit knocking at my door. Oh, I forgot to mention it. I'll point it out in a sec, but right now I'm trying to do a thing. Mimic. Absolute mimic. Absolute mimic? This. I wanted to point that one out. I won't say anything about it right now because I'm trying to focus, but... Okay, I lost the point for that. I forgot. I can just, like... There. And now it doesn't matter where I put it. It looks fine. I love my void snacks. Where? Flower. That fucking flower. That fucking flower that I hate. That was, Phil's arch nemesis. Although, he also had an arch nemesis called, the fucking pen, because he didn't even see it. Like, the pen at all. He didn't see the pen, period. But I saw it, and I saw it for some reason disappear on him. Which is not an issue I ever ran into before when I was testing the game. So, I think that's only a browser version thing. Because I've never seen that before. I've tested this over and over again. I've never seen the pen disappear on me. But it did. On stream, I saw it. It was crazy. It was insano. I almost died there. It was about to eat me. Oh, I need to die at least once so you can see the death animation. Okay, well that one's a mimic, so I need to send it through. Because we eat mimics now. No. God, I need to fix that. Mimic. There we go, I did it!
Connors, you alright in there? Whew. Sorry about that.
How long did I make this tape? There we go. God, that was abrupt. I like this screen though. Remember, this is the payment sheet that you're sent. Not, you don't have this on you. So someone died. So not Connors. I mean, Connors is dead, but this is someone else's blood on here. But yeah, this is my favorite ending because it's the only one that's actually different. And I think I should have paced that differently with the eyeballs coming on the screen. But I like that. I like that a lot. Only found out when someone showed. Wait, if you do end up playing it, ping me directly in freaking DMs. I will. Literally preach, blue fucking preach. Can we still get a Connors design even if he died? Sure. I'll show it in a memorial. It'll be like there's gonna be like a memorial at the end of some kind of orientation in the full game. Yeah, let's get smart. Okay, that was a terrible impression. Don't break your bottles, but I need to get the lowest points. There's a bug in one of my games where a character would show up in both windows, and I never had it happen like ever. Apparently it was a common bug. I only found out when someone showed it to me. This is why playtesters are important, because I feel like there's just like bugs that happen in post that don't show up while you're still programming it. So there's a lot of reasons to get playtesters, but I understand that sometimes it's not easy to find people who would make good playtesters. But yeah, I'm not gonna do an actual full run again. That's like the final thing I wanted to do a full run for.
Alright.
What the fuck? What the hell is this? This never happened either. Where did this come from? I can't even click it. Right, because the way Scratch works, this is a filter over everything, so all I can click is the filter now. Okay, well, I need to leave. Oh, escape leaves. Escape leaves immediately. Okay, that's cool. I didn't realize that. Let me go back in. Can I? No, stop doing that. Hold on. No, wrong one, dipshit. There you go. Playtesters don't always work. Ask Fazbear. Yeah, but it would have worked a lot better, especially for this game. Because again, even if it's not like a good playtester, it's just like someone who's not really great with finding that kind of stuff in games. It would be good. It would have been good for me to have a playtester anyway, because I needed someone who didn't know the ins and outs of the game like I did. It's a memorization thing, or a memorization problem. Like, I know where everything is, so I don't know how hard it is to like find this stuff on the spot. So it would have been better if I had a playtester to tell me, like, I found this kind of difficult, I couldn't find things in time, it felt a little unfair. Which technically I did when Fizdom played it, I guess. So it worked out anyway, but whenever I make more of this game, I'm gonna have to have people playtest for like the new features and stuff. I just didn't do it because, again, time constraints, and because I figured I wanted them to still be open to everything in the game whenever I made a fuller version. Bug alert.
Alright.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, me. Can't talk. This is all I wanted to point out. This little doll right here, Phil pointed it out, but he didn't know what it was. This is, if any of you watch Phil Fizdom Morgue, you might know about what? God, my brain's fried right now. Hold on. The Toxic Sona streams he did, where he allowed people to submit their own like Toxic Sona OCs, and then him and some friends would rate them. I did not submit this to that, which sounds like weird to say since that's like where I'm starting with this, but what I submitted was a Toxic Sona version of Mike. It was stupid. I looking back, I didn't like it that much, even at the time. I just made it like real quick and hoped that it would be included in the stream, and it wasn't, and I don't blame him. Because for one, he just had like so many submissions, he couldn't have them all. And two, what the fuck was that one worth? That one was like an easy throwaway. So after I looked at it, I'm like, I can do better than this. I can make something original that isn't just my character with a fucking slime filter. So I made Mary. Or Mary is sort of her name. I haven't decided if it's her actual name yet. For simplicity's sake, I'm saying it's her actual name. But Mary is actually just what the other toxins landed on when they were trying to figure out her name. She is entirely nonverbal, does not say a word, and the way they figured out her name was they just kept guessing, and they landed on Mary because it was the only one that she didn't have a violent outburst over. Just return to my multiverse, my people... I must return to my multiverse, my people need me. No, come back! Thank you for being here. But yeah, so... she looks like a voodoo doll for a reason. The lore behind her is that before she was a slime in the cesspit, or a toxin in the cesspit, she was a girl from the Salem witch trials who loved to make dolls. And of course, people in the Salem witch trials weren't a big fan of certain dolls if they looked too closely to their neighbors. And some of hers did. So, she was hunted down and thrown into a river. And I haven't entirely worked out all the little details yet, but she of course made herself look like a doll in remembrance of like the dolls she used to love to make that were destroyed just before she was cast out. She, no idea how she ended up in the cesspit, just like floated there from somewhere, I guess. But yeah, so she just like, she made this suit. I don't know how much of it is fabric and how much of it is the type of like material that the slimes can naturally make into clothes. I haven't decided the ratio yet. But she does not like being referred to as a witch, and especially not as a voodoo doll, and will have a big violent outburst to those. Anyway, that's enough lore dumping. This is just like a reference to her. I haven't used her a whole lot. I made like a comic that illustrated the naming process that the other toxins went through. Some people lended me their toxic sonas for it. It was very nice. It was very fun. But this was just like a slight reference to it that I figured I could leave in. It'd be fun. Oh, also this. This box, if you notice, is the only extremely damaged box, and it was also the only one marked fragile. It was just a stupid joke I decided to put in. I had a lot of fun designing this room. I wanted to make like an actual poster here, but I ended up just making it a torn up poster because I couldn't decide what to put on it. I thought about making it a reference, but I didn't know what to reference. I don't have that much media that I could possibly like put up on here. That wouldn't seem like I'm just chilling some stream or something. Maybe I could make it a joke or like have it be lore, but I don't have a lot of lore for this verse yet that would be put on a poster. I don't have a lot of like propaganda material. So maybe I'll think of something and then change this poster out in a later version, but right now it's just torn up. Makes it easier. It still looks good. I like it. But that is all for the Mimic Inspection Unit right now. I don't have much else to talk about, I don't think. I don't think I'm going to go through the code. I talked enough about the code. You guys know pretty much everything I had to say about it. I could look through some art and other stuff that I made, but yeah, maybe I'll pull up Newgrounds or something. I like to post stuff there. I like the stuff I make there. This year though has been great for me, with just getting into game development, making more general animations and stuff, having a lot of fun with it. It's been great, and I cannot wait to do even more this year. Let me pull up Newgrounds. Let me see if there's anything I would want to show off on there that I don't already have on other places like Discord and whatnot. Let's see. I think pretty much everything I posted here I have on Discord somewhere. I mean, I could pull up the Library Lizard and other general Undertale art that I made, since I didn't pull up that video. So let me do that, I guess. Display capture, turn off window capture. Yeah, I like to post just general art here. Posted the these were just from last art fight, which I only made these two. I was really excited for it, but I was really busy. I didn't end up making a whole lot of stuff for art fight. These are all right. I kind of like them, but I feel like I could have done a little better, and I could have done a little more if I had put more focus on it. But again, I was busy with stuff. I was trying to get other projects done, so I only did so much. This was funny though. Love that. Like this was like Zazuze, I think, and he has a lot of like spooky little freaks, but then he just had this little gremlin over here, and I decided I needed to have this gremlin about to absolutely bash the face in of one of his weird little, well, not weird little freaks, creepy ass motherfuckers. Let's see, I still haven't done more for finishing this up. I guess I've done some lining on these guys over here. Other than that, it's not finished. It's still the current banner on my gaming channel, just because I wanted to put it up before I ended up switching channels. But hopefully I'll eventually finish that. I don't know about it now though. We got Library Lizard. I love making this one. I think this turned out great. This was so much fun to work on. I loved actually being part of a collab. I don't do them very often, but it's so much fun when I do. I like being part, like a part of something bigger, a big collaborative effort. This is just a little sketch right here. Oh, Chris Redfield. I had this pop up in my head and I had to draw it immediately, so I traced over just like an image of Chris Redfield and put Chris Deltarune stuff over it. Just mashed the two characters together and this is what came out. Funny as fuck if I do say so myself. And the general art that I made for the Undertale 10th anniversary stuff. I loved making this. It was so much fun. I've said it before, but my favorite piece was and still is the Omega Flowey piece. I love this one a lot. I put so much time and effort into it, into like all the little details. I wish I'd maybe done more effort on like the eyes here. But other than that, I think this turned out fantastic. I loved it. I loved working on this so much. I also loved trying to think of... I think I already had this thought out whenever I was making Delta Mike. But I had decided on what soul with War Weapon, like what soul Mike would have, and we both thought bravery. Or we both came to understand he would have bravery. I really like that. I think that's a good practice to do if you guys have any any OCs that you would like to do this for. I think that's a good practice to like further look into your character's personality and what traits they kind of show more than others. This one is of course the up there with the Omega Flowey piece. I really like it, but it's just barely beaten out by the Omega Flowey piece. It was still really cool though. I loved making this one. God damn. I was struggling with it for a bit. I didn't know what composition I wanted to use. It appears. Alright, I'm back. But yeah, I am really sorry for the rushed game you had to play. Also, is that Chris with a gun? Yeah, it's Chris Redfield. It's Chris Redfield. Don't apologize. It was nice. I like being suggested games. Like, good or not, it's flattering that people would suggest me their games that they want to see me play them. So I'm not going to be upset about it, even if it's like not a great game. Say, why does Frisk have more determination than Clover? Frisk dropped down by accident. Clover had an actual reason to go down and more, but yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a justice thing. Because general determination and justice would be like two different drives, I guess. They're both driven, but Clover was driven more by... Or I guess, is determination not considered a soul type anymore? Pretty sure like people are still debating to this day what the red soul actually is. Because determination is a power that everyone has, so justice or no justice, either way there's like supposed to be a level of determination there. I don't know. But I guess it's just because of the like being driven for justice rather than general curiosity. I'm not sure. I can't explain it. But I mean, one way or another, Clover was gonna end up dead in the end, because that's the canon ending. That's what goes to that's what goes into Undertale. Except for the genocide route, but that makes it clear it's not canon. So, or actually, technically it could be, I guess, because with the whole Flowey bringing you back over and over again, it could technically be canon that there was a genocide route and then Clover just went through and didn't do it on a different run. Toby posted something about Chapter 5. I'll check that soon. I'll check that very soon. Ow, I'm getting a headache. Anyway, I liked making this too, a little sketch sheet of the new designs for Tino and Tim over here, but mostly Tino. Fucking... he does not respect customers at all. He doesn't give a fuck. Don't mess with him. October PFP. This was fun. I need more practice on perspectives. I don't think I did a great job with this like fisheye perspective. But for it being something I haven't practiced a whole lot, I think it turned out pretty good. Toby posted leaks. Deltarune fans insert that one seagull scene from Finding Nemo. Mine. God damn. I love making this too. I think this was this year. Yeah, because I did the Deltarune streams this year, so of course it was. I made this year. This was a fun drawing to make. I love this. I still need to work on adding some extra stuff to his design since I updated the regular design. So now that should be... How long ago was this? Is there dates on these? Can I see like when... It was this year. Good. I don't know how many of you know about this comic. I might make more of these, like a series of these where they're going to different games and stuff. But I thought of a stupid idea where it's just like, because of in the original Spooky Month video, it was just them saying, let's go to, and then they go to some random place over and over again. I just thought of that, but it's like genuine horror games where some terrible shit happens, but they're somehow inexplicably fine. And then it ends with the Spooky Month dance, which it doesn't here, but in other places I posted it in, it does. Fucking the Bite of 87. Or, no, it's the Bite of 83. I'm a fool. I'm an idiot. FNAF lore is lost on me. This year. You know what I mean. Tenno is the opposite of customer support, but then again, tell me the last time you had a good experience with customer support. Never. Oh, Tino. You meant Tino. It's spelled Tino, sorry. Oh, I thought you were trying to talk about Tenno for a second. I was so confused. Oh god, this one. Look at this shit. How did I do this? The drawing isn't that great to begin with. How did I mess this up? I need to redo this. I need to do it, but better. This is when I was finally getting more into just making general Deltarune art. So I was finally making more fan art, and I was really liking these. Oh, I could have done some better shading on this. What do you mean? This is so flat. This axe part right here is so flat. The hair. Oh. I still like this. I still think I did a pretty good job. Especially since I was trying to convert it from a paper sketch to that. I just made this. I don't know why. I think I didn't have my tablet for a little while, so I just made some paper sketches. And when I got my tablet back, I turned some of them into full tablet drawings. Oh. Well, it's split apart better than I thought. I forgot it does that. See, I made these little freaks. I've never used them again. But it's Frankenstein and Frankenstein Monster. This is Frankenstein, this is Frankenstein Monster. Deltarune? Where? Oh, my bad. You're good. God, I need to draw more. But I want to make more games. I want to make more games and stuff. I need more games on my phone. This was Resident Evil 2, right? So this was probably sometime before then. Was this last year? When was this uploaded? A year ago. So I have no idea. Let me see when my Outlast streams were. I can check that. Go to the channel. I'm not trying to look at stats. This is my channel. Come on. When was my Outlast stream? This is videos. You are a fool. When were they? Show me. And not the challenge ones. That short's not from the challenge ones. Those don't count. I need to find the actual full streams I did of Outlast. Oh yeah, it was too long ago. I can't look at that. That's forbidden content right there. But yeah, that's basically what I had going on this year. It was really fun. God, this was just the craziest part of it. That and actually finally making a full game, even if it's still technically just a really early access version of what I plan to make. I still made a finished game. You can play it from start to end. So I'm very happy with myself about that. That was so fun to actually finally sit down and make a full game for once instead of getting stuck at some random point in the making of it and then giving up. Banished from the stream, never seen again. Be gone! Turns to ash. Hey guys, it's me, Charlie. Did that guy just turn into sand? I don't really have... I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I think that's it. This was just a great year. A great year for the animation channel. For my learning, I guess, since I started learning coding. Generally getting better and better at art and animation. Mostly just art. Animation I still need some work on. But I'm getting better. Little by little. But yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to whatever comes next. Hold on, let me turn on Hip Shop 2, the sequel. I hope you guys are looking forward to what comes next. I told you guys I have a practice game that I worked a little more on than I should have for a practice game, so it's gonna be kind of a mini project that I'm gonna release soon. It's just gonna be like a fun little game. Hopefully not too many bugs or anything. I'll get it play tested before I release it at least. So that way it doesn't have nearly as many bugs as the Mimic Inspection Unit, but also it's just on a better software, so I don't expect it to be as bad as a Scratch game. But yeah, that'll be all for today's stream. If you guys liked it, then make sure to smash the like button, blast the subscribe button, ring the bell if you haven't already. If you like, you can check out the description. Huh? Why are there two waves? I don't know. Huh? But if you'd like to, you can check out the description below to see just like my other social media pages, the Discord server if you'd like to join in, talk with the community, but so far generally when I post. And also you can check out the game that I made, the Mimic Inspection Unit that we played just a second ago, if you're interested in checking that out. Again, you can play it on the browser if you want, but I would recommend downloading it, because the downloaded version just generally has less bugs. Like, it still has bugs, you saw that, but like, it also depends on your PC, because when I play it on the browser, there's this thing where for some reason when it cuts between screens, the cut is misaligned, so you see it switch views before it's completely faded to black. It's weird, and I hate looking at it. So if that bothers you too, then yeah, get the downloaded version. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. I hope your time is great. Say goodbye to Doug and Doug Jr. and Sugar Cookie. Bye, Doug and Doug Jr. and Sugar Cookie. And I'll see you guys next time.